Going live. We are going live, going live, going
Good
live.
morning, Facebook
Oh,
land, YouTube land, wherever land
you are.
happen to be.
Thanks for tuning in.
Canada land, right?
North America land,
North
global
America
land.
maybe
Wherever you're landed. Wherever you're landed. How's that?
wherever your land. Hey, it is Friday again. Holy moly, what the heck is going on? You know, it's like zip, and then here we are, Friday again.
Repeat, rinse and repeat.
But I'm loving it because we have had an incredible week of summer in central Alberta. Probably I could safely say Alberta, maybe. Anyways, so
central and southern anyway.
Yeah, welcome. Okay, so I have to do the thing over here while you
do the thing over there, and I'm going to explain why we wear these fun glasses. And I laughed this morning and told Anita I was feeling a little prickly.
And she's got cacti glasses.
So we like to bring awareness to your environment. And the reason we wear the fun glasses is to get you to look at your environment through a set of Feng Shui eyes or energetic eyes, because your environment is telling you a lot. In fact, as Feng Shui practitioners, when we do consultations like we do, we can see a lot through our Feng Shui eyes that people go, are you psychic? Well, yes, actually we are, but that's not where we're picking it up.
Yeah, no, totally. We definitely, so we read the energy of the environment simply by picking up the energetic cues, because everything is energy. We're all connected to it. That, energy never lies.
Nope.
It's so amazing. I have to tell you a story.
And it also doesn't hide, by the way.
It doesn't hide, right? Energy doesn't hide.
I know. I have it on my list already. I have.
You have that written down already?
I have it on my list. Yes, that's why it was top of my mind.
Where's my list? Okay, never mind.
So what Anita and I are chatting about is we're writing a book, a Feng Shui book.
Doesn't hide.
And we've been challenged to come up with 10 Feng Shui titles. So when we narrow it down to our 10 favorites, we're going to ask your opinion. How's that? Okay, so today.
Side note, I had to write that down.
Today, we always talk about Feng Shui in different topics, and we don't know the topic, by the way, until we do some card deck shuffling from the Feng Shui Personal Paradise card deck by Tara Catherine Collins. And who is she, Anita? And I'll shuffle.
Oh, she is our friend, teacher, mentor, and founder of the Western School of Feng Shui, San Diego, California. And I am very honored and privileged to be able to teach her curriculum twice a year as the only Canadian facilitator of the Western School of Feng Shui program. So,
and do you have it scheduled coming up?
I think we do. I'll check.
We should put that in the bottom, and I have one lady that would be maybe interested in it. So
sure, and it's we usually do September and the spring. So that's where it's a 1 week intensive program, and you can be an certified essential Feng Shui practitioner like Cheryl and myself. And so good morning, Connie. Nice to see you. I got to see Connie in person yesterday. That was wonderful. Thank you, Connie. Sharon was, kind of past our area a week or so ago. You could have waved.
Yeah, Sharon.
Almost. And anyways, and you know what, Sharon? We actually may be coming out your way in the fall. We'll keep you posted on that, what that looks like. So lots of exciting things happening. And yeah, the topic of the day, Cheryl's still shuffling. I have to tell you a funny story.
Absolutely.
Well, not a funny story, but this is kind of a story. Yeah, I always have a story.
Of course you do.
In my fame and recognition area of my home, I used to have a star on the wall, and underneath these little polished rocks. And Cheryl knows this because we traveled a lot together. And I've had that same little setting on that area for years. And I always get rock star parking. Always. Didn't matter where Cheryl and I were traveling. I always get rock star service, right? Always. And we just chuckle and say, oh, you know, that's the rock star, because that's in my fame and recognition area, right? So what I'm known for. So I actually decided to change it up. So I sent Cheryl a picture the other day and I said, I'm no longer a rock star. And I replaced the area. And now I have a beautiful picture of the lighthouse. It was actually the original lighthouse that was here in Sylvan Lake. We've since have a new one. Anyways, it's a picture of the old one. So I have this lighthouse picture now in my fame and recognition, so that I want to anchor the fact that I want to be a beacon, right? I want to be the light. I want to shine the light for others to see. And so that's part of what we teach and what we do is illuminating, right? So it's illumination and be able to see things differently through our Feng Shui eyes. So what day was that I sent you that picture, Cheryl? Was it like Monday or Tuesday? I don't remember. Earlier in
the week. Yeah. And that was my first response is, oh, you want to be a beacon of light and hope.
And so I did that Monday or Tuesday, something like that. Well, today's Friday. My husband, who lives with me, I think he still lives here. He hasn't even said a word. He has to see it every day. He has to pass by it numerous times. Hasn't mentioned a word about, oh, where did you get that picture?
When did you change that?
Nothing. Yeah. Like zero, nothing, right? I had the grandkids yesterday afternoon, and the little one, who's 3, he looks up and he goes, Grammy, where is that picture from? He noticed. Like he immediately noticed that the picture was different. It was different there. And I thought, how cool is that? And it again reaffirms how children are so in tune with, right?
Yeah. And how we become complacent.
Yeah. And how, they always have their little receptors out, right? They're picking up information all over, and it's just like, and they're processing that. And so it was so cool that, and then he was inquisitive. How come I changed the picture? Where was that? So yeah, it was really cool to witness that. And I'll let you know when my husband notices it.
That's funny. I love it too.
There's a clue, girls. We can change the things in our home. Go shopping, because your husband's not going to notice, right?
He'll notice something different in your clothing. Maybe.
I don't even think.
So interesting. I love that story, Anita. And I'm just looking at the deck because I'm trying to find a specific card, because I know it's going to come up here shortly because of the cards that came up. Interesting. So 2 cards, of course, because that's what we always like to try and talk with. Where the heck is it? It's going to be right at the bottom.
Where'd they go?
Where is it? It's hiding.
Yeah.
I should have started at the bottom. Flipped all the way through. Okay, I have to do that again. Anyway, okay, so the first card that came in, which is funny because you're talking about changes, and it's the number 53 card, knowledge and self-cultivation.
Wow.
Right? And you're just talking about educating people and being a beacon of light and illumination. I'm like, oh, how perfect is that card? So knowledge and self-cultivation is the first one. And my favorite topic, number 25, getting organized.
Getting organized.
As I'm trying to find the Bagua card, because of course we need that to describe where the knowledge and self-cultivation is.
Right. And again, that knowledge and self-cultivation, when we can bring all kinds of different layers into that information or interpretation. And the wood element in the 5-element theory is associated with that particular area. And the reason that it is because we typically learn from books, right? That's kind of the past. And so books are associated with the knowledge and self-development or self-cultivation area. And then when we look at the wood element in nature, the tree is the wood element, and the tree is always growing and changing, expanding and growing and expanding and growing and expanding. And so again, it reminds us or gives us that connection to say, guess what? You need to be constantly growing and expanding your knowledge, because knowledge is power. Where did we talk about that recently? Did we write about that in our book or something?
Oh, probably.
I don't know.
Anyway, we always talk about knowledge and power. So in the Bagua, so if a person is standing at their door, and we teach with the Bagua that it is non-directional approach with essential Feng Shui. Show with your hand, my dear. If you're standing at your door and you're about to walk into the house,
you put your left hand out and you shake it all about and do the hokey pokey, and there it is. It's right there. Yeah. Right and there. So here's the cool thing. So just as I switched up an area in my home this week in the fame and recognition area, if you are looking to expand your awareness in a particular field, if you are working on a book project, Sharon, if you are
Anita, Cheryl,
yeah, exactly, then you'll want to look through your Feng Shui eyes and see what's being reflected in the knowledge and self-cultivation area. And you could put some representation there that is going to support whatever project of learning that you're currently working on. Because what happens is then you're repeating or reaffirming to the subconscious mind that this is what. So I know, I think on Monday, Cheryl and I, we're going to be working on the book cover. Sharon, maybe you already have yours done. And so when that is, complete or in the process, that's something that we could put in our knowledge and self-development area of our home and our office, so that we are then programming our subconscious mind. We're going to create some different neural pathways. And then, we're working in with the law of attraction. So really and truly that's just Feng Shui. That's all, that's what it's all about. But now we have these tools like the Bagua that give us a map, right? So that we can be specific and be very clear with our intentions of what areas of our life we want to expand and grow, just like the tree.
Exactly. Interestingly enough, with the getting organized coming in with that, if you are working on a project, and this came up with the coaching session we had with our book publisher this week, right? Allocating that time, organizing your time, and committing to it. and then working on your project. It's exactly the same thing we teach when we do our 21-day decluttering programs, or most of our classes, actually. Allocate the time, set a timer, right? Okay, I'm going to work on, we were doing some branding information and stuff this week. I'm going to work on that for an hour. Set the timer, get yourself situated, and work on it. Getting organized isn't just about stuff. It's actually about arranging your life, arranging what's going on in your life and how you want to do things. She keeps coming up with book names as we're talking. Love it. So getting organized in your knowledge and cultivation, especially if you're learning something new, especially if you want to step into a new arena. Starting a business doesn't happen overnight. Even getting a website, like I have learned so much with our book publisher, Lady JB Owen and Ignite Publishing, all the different pieces that go into publishing a book. It's fascinating to watch. And she has systems in place, of course. That's how they've done, what, 19 international bestsellers? Something like that, 17, 19. Ours will be one of them. The next one, we'll add a number to that.
So Sharon.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll Sharon. And Sharon's part of one. And I think you're already part of one too, Anita, right? The Ignite Love and Ignite Wisdom. But there's a system in place and you need to get yourself organized. Creating those systems and learning how to, the knowledge and self-cultivation is so important. So once you know those areas, and Anita just talked about it, where is the knowledge and self-cultivation? In any room or your home, you put your left hand out, move it to the left. It's right there.
That's my left hand, but I'll do this on the screen. It'll look like the right hand. It's the opposite. Okay.
Oh, so that's the space. What is being reflected in that space? So when I come into my office, well, there is no left. But when I come into my house, the left is in our bedroom, the knowledge and self-cultivation. I can, like Anita suggested, reiterate that space, ensure that the energy, the chi is flowing in that space. There isn't a bunch of clutter in there. There's space for organizing. What's in your knowledge and self-cultivation, Anita?
In my home?
Yeah, for the home.
It's that's one of my missing guas. It's outside.
So how would we rectify that? How would we support or anchor that?
Yeah, so what I did is I've actually buried some crystals so that I have a, holistic energetic circle of energy that's moving around my home. And then, you know what, this is a good thing because I have to look through my Feng Shui eyes again. And I'm going to look through the individual rooms, right, of my home and see what areas. And so, yeah, in my office, interestingly enough, the knowledge and self-cultivation area would be considered a missing gua as well, which we know that repeats. And so I'm going to have to work a little harder to look and see what areas of my home that I can support our project. So I know in our living room, the knowledge and self-development area is actually my bookshelf. And so that, let's see, what about the kitchen? The kitchen is a missing area as well. Yeah, so see, I have work to do. I'm going to have to see if there's something else I can do, particularly in my office, because it's a missing area. Then what we can do, we do some work with mirrors to be able to expand the space or to magnify, amplify it. And so, yeah, I'll let you know what I end up doing next week. How's that?
That's awesome. So this is a great topic because we're in the process of writing a book. We know Sharon that's watching us right now is also writing a book. But why would people want to? So some say, I'm done, I'm educated, I have my master's degree, blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
So why would they even look at the knowledge and self-cultivation area?
Mm-hmm. Again, when we look at nature, I mean, the tree just doesn't stop growing and say, I'm 8 feet tall. That's it. Leave me alone. Right. I'm not going to grow any more leaves. I'm not going to grow any more flowers. Just,
I'm done.
buzz off.
Yeah.
No. And so it is our nature, and it doesn't matter what age you are or whatever. You know what? Stepping into something new creates opportunity.
Energy.
It creates, there's a sense or a feeling of accomplishment. There's just so many empowering things that come with expanding your knowledge base. And of course, the more knowledge you have, then the more opportunity you have to expand and grow your life. It really is. Otherwise, you could be just sitting there being stagnant.
Interestingly enough, yesterday I was at Emerald Lake, which is just outside of Lake Louise, for anybody who is familiar with the area. I had never been to Emerald Lake before, and it is absolutely stunning. And I love going on little hikes. It was a beautiful 5K hike around the lake. And there's different little areas of how the plant material changes and shifts based on the environment. And in one area where the water in the spring comes down from the mountains and feeds the lake, and it rushes down the mountain, of course, because you've got these major snowpacks. It creates a different environment, and it brings in alluvial. They call it an alluvial fan. I was like, I never heard that word before, which was very cool. So I had to investigate that a little bit. And the alluvial is when the sand and the soil is brought into an area because of massive water movement. So Emerald Lake is called that because the lake color looks like an emerald green.
So beautiful.
But the alluvial fan is tan. And that's because of the new water and the sand and the particles that are being brought into Emerald Lake. Now, not in our lifetime, but they know the Emerald Lake will eventually not be Emerald Lake because all of this is shifting coming down from the mountains. So it's slowly shifting the environment of Emerald Lake. And as it shifts that, then the plant material at that end of the lake where all this water comes down is very different, which is impacting the plant life on the sides of Emerald Lake, a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time. It won't be in our lifetime, right? We're talking thousands of years, possibly. All depends on the environment. But that little bit of movement has the impact on those around us, which is the point I was trying to get at.
Yes, and to be able to shift the energy of that whole ecoscape, right? Yeah. That whole lake environment. So just like you said, that one little movement. And so again, yeah, great insight, because the one little movement that we create in our own environment could be, something that over a period of time is going to shift the entirety of your life.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, and one of the things we say, look at your results. What's showing up in your life right now that you want to shift? Maybe you want to change careers. Well, sometimes that comes with a little bit of different knowledge, right? Whether it's forced or chosen, it's much easier to do things that you love and you're curious about, and that might start a new passion.
Right. And then the other thing that you had mentioned too, Cheryl, I know in the last couple of years, you and I both have learned a great deal. And I know, Sharon, you have spoken about this as well, that because, we made one step or one decision to do these live things every Friday. Well, then now that shifted, and we had to learn how to use YouTube, and we had to learn how to do this. And, so every step, everything that, we've taken, it's brought us the opportunity to learn something new. So it's like, okay, we're going to put that in here in my little backpack. So as I journey through life, oh, I got that in my backpack. Oh, I got that in my backpack. And we wouldn't have had those opportunities if we wouldn't have stepped into growing and learning.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. And when you're organized, I would just want to keep going back to this. It's not as stressful.
Right.
It's those little steps that getting organized, and JB teaches us this. To begin with, she had commit 20 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day to writing, 20 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day. An athlete trains a little bit at a time and builds up to. A marathon isn't run. You don't go from sedentary lifestyle to a marathon runner. Unless you're Scott McDermott. But anyway, even he trains. So, right. You don't become, have a master's degree from grade 12. Right. There's steps. So what is it in your life that's pulling you forward, that's calling you to make some attention, or calling your attention and making you want to shift a little bit?
And then, on the other side of that, if you don't know what that is, right, but maybe there's something in you that says, there's something more, I want to do something different, but you don't have clarity around what that is, then get organized. Right? Just
clear the space.
Just start shifting the energy in your home. Just start getting your life organized, whether it's organizing, your clothes closet or your garage or your office, whatever it is. Just start getting organized. And then you're clearing some of that debris, that stuff out of the way, so that the opportunities have a space to come and land. And then you're going to go, oh, look at that, what just showed up. That's amazing.
Yeah. Right? What's hiding behind those closet doors?
What's hiding behind the closet doors? Holding you hostage from realizing your true potential.
And that energy doesn't hide. Okay, so we've got a couple minutes left. The knowledge and self-cultivation card is the 53 card, equals 8. And getting organized is 25, which is a 7. And together they make 15, which is a 6. So we've got 6, 7, and 8.
Ooh, 6, 7, 8 little steps, right? Step, step, step. I love that.
And we'll let you figure out the numerology for each one of them, because there's so many resources. How's that? We're going to make you step into a little bit of knowledge and self-cultivation.
Yeah.
Self-development.
Yeah.
Put in the comments what resonates for you. Is it the number 6 and its numerology meaning, the number 7 and its numerology meaning, or the number 8 and its numerology meaning?
Or combining them all, right?
Exactly.
6 plus 7 is 13, plus 8 is
21, which is a 3.
Which is a 3, which is a catalyst. Just saying.
I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Okay. Yeah. So Connie made a comment, law of cause and
effect.
Oh, cause and effect. Is that what that means? Okay.
I'm guessing. That's what I take from it. The law of cause and effect.
Yeah, but it's, it's just, again, it's about movement. It's about shifting energy, because again, when we look at our teacher, our big teacher, Mother Earth, nature, right? We look and say nothing there. It's constantly evolving, shifting, changing, moving, even on a anyways, the word.
Subatomic particles.
There we go. That's the one. Just like very minute little shifts and changes. And then, it's going to,
the whole Emerald Lake shifts because of that alluvial fan.
Yeah, it's going to create something new. And alluvial fan. There you go. Thank you for expanding my knowledge and awareness today. I've never heard of alluvial fan, or if I did, maybe I didn't,
register the relationship to Feng Shui.
I didn't anchor it in there.
It was perfect. And we're reading it because, of course, they've got signposts along the pathway. So we're reading the English side because I don't speak French. And I look at the other two ladies I'm with. I'm like, what does alluvial mean? And up walks this couple. Do you guys know what alluvial means yet? And the husband goes blah, 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 and explains it all to us. And, you know, the mountains are right behind us, and you can see where the snow and the water slide, where it would have come down and added all this in. So it was perfect.
Cool. Okay, so Connie says no, Kaizen, or it's Kaizen. It is the law that says taking small steps to achieving great goals.
Oh, there you go. Perfect. Thank you, Connie.
High five.
Excellent. Yeah. High five. All right, everybody. So, high five.
Have an excellent weekend, everybody. Enjoy that beautiful sunshine. Go give a tree a hug. Expand your awareness, your knowledge, and we'll see you next week.